Hi everyone, Peter Mullen here, bringing you some amazing guests sharing their tips, ideas and inspiration on how to stay fit, sane and healthy through these crazy times. Now today I'm really excited to be speaking with Beck Bowie, a well-known Newcastle identity. Now Beck is the owner of one of my favourite cafes, and that's Cafe Beach in Newcastle. So today I'm really excited to be talking with Beck. Hello Beck.
Hi.
We've worked out our technical
We made
issues,
it.
so we're doing well. Now, I was just saying, I'm really excited to talk with you about what your life is like at the moment. But before we go there, Dana, Gabrielle, and I absolutely love your cafe, Estabar. And one of Gabrielle's favourite walks is to walk from our house in Merriweather to your cafe, have a coffee, and then walk home again. So it's a bit of a destination cafe. And I'm pretty sure for her birthday, that's where we're headed tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning.
You will. Wonderful.
Now, before we get into what's your life looking like at the moment, both in business and personal, can you tell for people that haven't been to Estabar, can you tell us a bit about your philosophy?
Yeah, sure. So Estabar's a little cafe overlooking Newcastle Beach, and we started with this real drive to do something special for Newcastle. And for me, it was about having a wonderful team that I could really, grow with and nurture and have a great experience with. But primarily and fundamentally, we're about the future of food. And in that, the food that we eat and that we offer our customers and our people really nourishes them as well as nourishes the earth. So my dream is that we see a future where food can grow in concert with nature, and it can actually nourish the people that eat it and the people that grow it.
Beautiful. And I think that philosophy, that approach, like I was saying earlier today in another video that I did, that how we come out of these restrictions, how we come out of this virus, we can wait for the government's done an amazing job supporting us all through here, but how we come out of this is purely dependent upon us, the approach we take, what we do differently. When I talk to my patients about health, like I'm encouraging them to use this time to get their health to the best possible level possible, so that they can come out actually healthier and fitter and stronger. And I think philosophies like we've learnt that we are an island country, we need to be more self-sufficient here. And I think, even just encouraging all of our friends and family to put a veggie patch in the backyard is a massive step towards us being more self-sufficient. So I'm on board 100%, and I'm hoping that this time is a really wonderful jumping point or a starting point for exactly what you're talking about.
I really feel that as well, and I almost feel afraid that it'll end too soon, and we won't be able to, really bed down these new practices and new habits, and get really absorbed into this a beautiful new way of really nourishing ourselves, of really knowing our farmers and our community, and living a really sustainable lifestyle.
Yeah, look, we'll keep us updated with anything you're doing or anything you're promoting or whatever, because we'd love to be involved. We're all for sustainable. And I think that's been the big lesson through all of this time is we can't wait for the next pandemic to come around. We need to be proactive. So, we're on board. So keep us updated with what you're doing. And if anyone wants to taste a taste of
really
your
that we
philosophy.
all do it ourselves. Yeah, sorry.
Say that again.
Oh, look, I was just saying, I really agree with you, and kind of now saying it's up to us right now in whatever capacity we can to make the best choices that we can. So it's an exciting time for that.
Awesome. And if people want a taste of what you're all about, they can come into Estabar because Estabar is still open. So tell us or before we get to work stuff, how's your family?
My family are great. My two little boys are 5, and they had just started school, and they were thrilled to find out that school wasn't going to be happening anymore. They thought they wanted to know who made the decision that they would have to go to school. So they're pretty pleased that they can just stay at home and jump on the lounge all day. So family's good.
Their schooling career is actually finished before it started.
That's right. Yeah.
They're not going back.
Yeah, they're going back on Mondays now, one day a week.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully they'll
Yeah.
get used to the idea, because they've got possibly a few years of that ahead of them. So
I'd say so.
what's
I'm
happening? So
pretty good
what have
with
you
them.
done? What have you done with your business? What, you guys have done some amazing things. You've been able to still provide your amazing food, drinks, and what are you doing different? I've read a bit about your concept, but I'd love you to share all of that.
Sure. Well, so we just felt committed to staying open, to stay connected with our people, to keep our staff, you know, in work, and we've kept all of them in work over this time, and to keep, because you know, because it is our intention that we connect people with food, and that we shout out and celebrate farmers that are farming and producing food that will actually nourish people, that supports their lifestyles, and that supports the environment within their work, where they work. It's so important that we keep them moving through. So instead of serving, you know, eggs on plates, we're serving eggs in boxes, and it's sort of slicing, you know, 100 loaves of bread ourselves a week. We're handing it in loaves for customers to slice at home, and we're just keeping our farmers and our producers moving through in a different way.
And
So it's a corner shop. We're doing a corner shop and a takeaway.
That's what I was going to ask you. I love that concept of that you've turned Estabar into a corner shop.
Yeah, we're so lucky. We always feel so lucky because we do have that beautiful space of Pacific Park right there and the view of the ocean. So we're so lucky that we have space for people to be able to have the space that they need to still come and do a little bit of grocery shopping with us, and still get their coffee and their, you know, their daily dose of some of our beautiful Estabar staff.
Awesome. And tell me some of the names of the different produce suppliers. I know Nicole from New Zealand Salmon. She's been up there on a Friday. You've set up like a market day.
Yeah. So this has just been an amazing time to create and to collaborate and to, you know, shout out our suppliers even more, especially, you know, lots of set boxes and things like that for people. Nick's been coming just randomly on a Friday or Saturday and just setting up a little side stall and selling fresh salmon and smoked salmon just beside us. So that's really, it's just a nice, it's a nice offering for our customers, and it's just a great thing to collaborate. It's lots of fun.
Yeah, look, it's been great. And I think another thing that's been really relevant through this time is the importance of connecting and caring for our communities as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And from what you're saying, it's the communities are our staff, you know, first and foremost, and then our clients or our customers or our patients. And you know, I think more important, it is, you know, more and more obvious for us that we really need to strengthen those relationships.
Yeah.
And what's been really big for us is talking with other business owners like yourself, and, you know, developing our community as well, like that it's community layers at all levels, but that we're all the same, we're all going through the same things. And, you know, supporting each other has been a really positive for us through this time as well, getting to speak with people like yourself. So yeah, thank you for that.
No worries.
Yeah.
I find that those relationships that we've got have been, and having a real relationship with our providers and our suppliers, meant that we can pivot really quickly, and we can all do something differently really quickly, because we have, you know, we've built trust, and we've built, you know, the ability to relate to one another and to figure out ideas. So it's been a lot of fun and pretty exciting on that front.
So how are you looking after yourself? How are you looking after yourself at the moment?
Well, I've been thinking about that a lot, because there's probably a bunch of stuff that I should say, but I thrive on adversity. So this is a really exciting, it's like stressful. Don't get me wrong. I'm quite stressed, but I'm also really excited to try something else, to rebuild, to solve this problem, you know, or in a way also, you know, I want to get this right before we move back into what we were, on so many levels. But so in a way, you know, I'm really pumped, and this is an exciting, fulfilling, creative time for me. But what I am doing is I'm playing with my kids a lot. So really rough play with the kids, which kind of makes me be really present, because they're, you know, 5 and they just want to climb all over you and chase you all around the house and stuff like that. And I'm really managing my coffee intake, so I'm making sure that I don't like blow my mind too quickly. And I take tonics. I take herbal tonics. Naturopathy is a really important part of my health program, and I drink mushroom tonics and go for walks with my dog. But mostly I stay connected with people. You know, we're so lucky. We have a great team and so many great people coming through every day. You know, there's a lot of wonderful heart energy in that.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. I think that we're all fed by those connections.
Yeah.
So part of us really looking after ourselves is developing, deepening the relationships that we already have. Because I think what you said before about your suppliers as well, like we've been able to adjust really easily or you know, stressfully / easily as well, because we already had great relationships with the people that we do business with as well. So I think that's a really important point, and that's what's been fulfilling for us through this time, is seeing everybody adapt, seeing everybody, the trust they have in us, you know, the trust we have in our relationship with them. So you're right, it's where, you know, it's all these other things we do to look after ourselves, but at the end of the day, connection and relationship is us looking after ourselves as well. So I think that's a really neat segue. Now, how what's one thing you're binging on at the moment?
Right. I think I did mention that when when you know, everything was changing really slowly, and then all of a sudden we couldn't be open at all anymore, I went straight around to Food Works and bought 2 blocks of chocolates in a flavor that my children or my husband wouldn't eat, and just like binged on that.
Good planning.
That was good planning. But beyond that, for me, this is a binge. Like creativity is like a real binge for me. And like there's so many ideas and so many ways that we can collaborate with other people. So I'm just constantly churning out and looking for these kinds of opportunities. So that's creativity is probably where I'm binging. Thankfully, I've moved through the chocolate binge, and now I'm just in the binge.
And just one thought, and we've touched on numerous points through this whole time, but what's been the one really massive silver lining, or the one really positive thing that you have become aware of through this time? What's been the silver lining, so to speak?
The silver lining for me, I was always just that. Now we have a real opportunity to really talk to our people, in that, because everything has changed and slowed down in a way. Now we have a really clear way to communicate what is important to us. And for me, that's that relationship with our farmers and our food. So that was the thing that we've been talking about. That it's just such an opportunity to really deepen our relationship with people, because we're there for them. We're there for them, even if it's not financially effective or it's tricky and difficult, but we're totally there for them. And so I feel like that relationship building is just golden.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's been a real silver lining, a real golden lining, actually, as you said. All right, now are you ready for the famous Fast 5?
Hit me.
All right. Favorite exercise?
Walking the dog.
Favorite vegetable?
Broccoli.
Favorite splurge?
Linen. Like linen dresses.
Favorite health supplement?
Magnesium every day, but also just naturopathic tonics.
Beautiful.
Your tonics.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And one thing that you can't live without?
I have written here coffee, and I've scribbled that out and written the ocean, because I think maybe that's more socially acceptable.
Well, the two can be combined, I'm sure.
Oh,
you're that close to the ocean, you can look at the ocean while you're having your coffee. So 50-50. Yeah. And just to finish up with, Beck, what's your number one health tip?
It's totally to eat locally grown seasonal food. So food that you are confident has been given the time to grow naturally and properly, so that it will really nourish your body. So that's my number one. Choose the most healthful food that you can.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Beck. I've really, really enjoyed having a conversation with you today. And hopefully tomorrow morning we'll see you maybe around 10 o'clock for a chai tea for me and maybe one of your beautiful treats.
Lovely. We'll be there. So I look forward to seeing you then, Pete. Thank you
right,
so
thanks so
much.
much.
All the best.